Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we are doing a viral recipe. You may have seen it over the last couple of months, but this feta pasta has taken the internet by storm, and people are saying that it is fantastic. Now, I haven't wanted to make it before now because I'm not really a fan of feta cheese. Usually people crumble it over the top of salads and things like that, and I'm not really a fan of the texture. However, we're gonna melt it up, so I'm thinking this may just redeem that texture issue for me because I really like cheese and I like the taste of feta. I just don't really like the texture. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to try it out, especially since I have company coming for dinner. And so I want to try it out on them and get their total take on how awesome this recipe is or isn't. So are you ready for this adventure? Let's go. All right, so this recipe is actually super easy. You need tomatoes, feta cheese, basil, pepper, salt, and some olive oil along with your noodles. Did I mention garlic? You also need garlic. That's it. So it's in it, and I've read through the recipe, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but just in case I have my phone nearby so I can pull up the recipe just in case I miss a step. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put our tomatoes in the bottom of a baking dish. Now I'm going to double this recipe because I have a lot of people coming for dinner, but usually you put 2 pints of tomatoes, and they can be grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes, but I'm putting 4 pints and 2 blocks of feta. So just so that you know, I'm doubling this recipe. Yes, I've never eaten this before and I'm still doubling it. That's commitment right there. All right, now we are gonna put in the 8 cloves of halved garlic. All right, there we go. And now we're gonna add in our olive oil. If you're only making one of these recipes, it's only 1/4 cup of olive oil, but I'm doubling the recipe, so it's 1/2 cup for me. And now I'm gonna give it a good douse of salt. I mean, not a whole bunch, but enough. So I'm gonna salt everything, and then I'm gonna toss it all together. All right, and then I'm gonna take my pasta tongs and I'm just going to toss this all together so that all of my tomatoes are covered in that beautiful olive oil. And if I feel like I don't see salt on some of the tomatoes, I'm gonna salt up some tomatoes as well. All right, now we're gonna get the feta in. Okay, so we're just gonna nestle this right down there. All right, that looks great. All right, and next we are going to drizzle it all over once again with more olive oil. Then we're gonna sprinkle with pepper. And lastly, we're gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of red pepper flakes. Now, depending on how wimpy you are, and you all know if you've been following this channel for a little while, I'm a bit on the wimpy side, but I do know that red pepper flakes with tomatoes actually cuts the pepper in probably about half. So I want to make sure to get a good amount, so good healthy pinches in there, and I'm sure it will be fine. And if it's too hot, well, then I'll have milk nearby. All right, and that's it. Look at how beautiful already that looks. So this is going to go into a preheated 400-degree oven for 40 minutes. Now, about 30 minutes into your cook time, you are gonna need to make your noodles. So make your noodles via the package directions, and we're gonna save back a cup of that pasta water so that we can thin out the sauce if needed. So I guess I'll see you back here when it's all ready to toss together after the 40 minutes is up. And you'll know your tomatoes are done with it when they're nice and blistered and burst open. It's gonna be, well, I hope delicious. Okay, you guys, we'll see you in about 40 minutes. Okay, the time has come. It's time for it to come out of the oven. That looks amazing. Okay, so now what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna take this and mix it all together and make it into a, I don't know, a little creamy sauce, I guess. It smells fantastic. And we're just gonna like literally mash all of this stuff up until we have a sauce. So the original directions said do it with a fork, but I'm just gonna do it with these pasta tongs because that's what I have and that's what was already dirty. So I'll just squish the tomatoes into the sauce Look at that. Don't touch the pan. It's very hot. Wow. Okay, now we're going to add our pasta. So I'm just going to add the whole thing in. Wow, that's a lot of pasta. But apparently that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, I doubled mine, obviously, but this is what we're supposed to do. So now I'll just methodically stir this up. Now, they asked you to reserve some pasta water from it right here. And it said add a little bit if it's looking a little dry. So I'm just going to add a little. I don't know if it needs it or not, but I might as well add it since I've got it. And since I well salted my pasta water, it's going to salt our dish very nicely. Although I don't see anything dry. If you look at this, this looks absolutely wet and delicious. It looks so good. Wow, look at that. All right, and now to finish this off, we are going to sprinkle with a little basil leaves. So we're just going to sprinkle, 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 and then it's ready to serve. We're definitely gonna salt and pepper to taste, but let's grab a bowl. I'm impressed, so let's try it. Let's see if this has made feta better for me. Let's try it out. Let's see what we think. Okay, wow. So feta cheese in general is really sharp. And this is actually, I mean, it's pretty sharp, but it's good. And if you remember those hot peppers that I sprinkled in, I cannot taste any hint of hot in this whatsoever. It is very feta forward, obviously, because that's what the sauce is, but it is so good. Yeah, this is definitely a pasta I will make again. No wonder it was a TikTok sensation. This is a really good dish. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? If you've been wondering if this viral sensation TikTok pasta is a real thing, it's real and it's actually pretty darn good. So if you're into Italian food, this is pretty easy and it's delicious. I wonder if you can put some crumbled sausage in it to maybe bring it up just the next notch. That might be really fun to do. Maybe the next time I do it. But other than that, I'm pretty sure that this is a home run, and this will be a home run for everyone who tries it at our dinner party. So I guess that's it. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get ready for our guests, and we will see you on the next adventure. If you enjoyed that video, please give it a like. It really does make a difference, and it helps me out to know that you enjoy this content and you want to see more. If you have any ideas for me for future videos, leave it in the comments below. I'm always up for the next adventure. So until next time, we'll see you guys. Bye.